19 years married. Their raw truth on love, money, and roles.
Hi, welcome to Marriage Capital 101. We sit down with real couples, talk about what makes marriages thrive, survive, and even struggle. We're not chasing perfection, we're chasing reality. I'm Michael. This is the start of a journey we explore what we're really building when we build a marriage. We call it Marriage Capital 101. This first conversation is really special to us. This is our first interview. Today I'm sitting down with Emily and Joel, or Joel and Emily, a couple who mean a lot to this project because they're the first to say yes to sharing their story with us. They've been married for 19 years. So let's dive in. Here's Joel and Emily.
Hi.
So how are you guys doing?
We're good.
You're good. We're good. Okay. So I'm going to start with a simple question. We're going to go first things first. How long have you two been loving / investing in each other?
Ooh, you want to answer that one?
So
Might be a trick question.
I think I've been loving you since I met you.
Aww.
Although our first meeting apparently wasn't that interesting. So maybe since the second time we met.
Yeah, I didn't love you until like the second or third time we met. But so we've been married for 19 years and we dated for about almost 2 years before then. So like 21 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys, like you said, it didn't click till the second time you met each other. Let's explain that a little bit.
Yeah, you gonna tell it? Or you want me to?
I guess you could say I was going to school for engineering and I was still in the video game phase of life.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That didn't impress me.
And she wasn't super impressed by, what do you like to do? Video games?
Yeah.
What's your major? Engineering.
So Emily wasn't super enthused about the video games thing, yeah.
No.
He didn't give me a lot to work with, But, I gave him another chance because, we actually met kind of by chance. We were both in a club in our campuses shared a club.
Okay.
And we were in this club together and they did this picnic every year. And so we were at this waterfall and I decided to go swimming, just go in with all my clothes on because I hadn't been prepared to go swimming. And he came up to me and he's like, because I'm blind as well.
Okay.
So he was like, hey, you need a hand? I didn't need a hand. I was fine. I grew up in the Adirondacks. I swim all the time. But I was like, sure. I gave him my hand. So that was better than the video game thing.
Oh, that's amazing. Would have never thought you were blind, Emily.
Yeah.
I mean,
some people it takes a little bit to figure it out and they're like, something's wrong with your eyes.
Yeah. You know what? I seem to have a lazy eye as well, so I don't pay attention to people.
We all blend in,
We blend pretty well. So I'm guessing Joel made the first move, right?
I had just been in a relationship and I really felt like I shouldn't be dating. So I was actually really hesitant. And our friends
they're probably going to see this.
On our
behalf.
They kind of they gave me a few subtle opportunities and then some nudges and then a really good elbow on the ribs type of situation.
She's like, hey, Rico Suave, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna ask her out or what? And Joel's like, I'm afraid. And so I don't know if we can call this a move though. But so that night, so we had gone out with them and ended up hanging out afterwards, so it's just the two of us. And I said, so everyone thinks we're dating. And so he goes, yeah, so you want to? So I don't know.
That's a move.
I'm sure she gets the credit.
I think they do too. Yeah.
That's definitely a move though. He says, so you want to. He could have backed that was a chance to back away, right?
That's right.
That's true. I did not get out of the way.
And you could have too, because you could have been like, oh, let them think what they want.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I want right now.
I can see myself doing that.
I can too.
Totally could have backed out of it. Now was your chance, Joel.
100%.
You stuck with it. That's good. Good.
Yeah.
So was that officially like your first date?
Yeah.
What was your first date like?
So
you don't look too good.
I'm not gonna look great for a while. dating was not my strong suit.
Right.
So maybe I should let you answer this. When was our first date?
I don't know that we really went on a date until we were married. I really don't know. Like,
Unless you count it as a date if we go for a walk, hold hands, and talk.
or
Yeah.
or I come over and watch iRobot with you.
Yeah, well, that-
You don't
yeah.
show a blind non-engineer student iRobot. Okay. But I loved you anyway. Yeah, dating was something we had to work on.
Right. Understood. Yeah, that seems to be everybody's, everybody has a story and they just try to figure out like it is. And, you try to figure out if this is the person I really want to be with, or
Right.
at least for
Yeah.
now, because you never know. Because sometimes this is it forever or is it right now? And you
Right,
don't know.
exactly.
So you go for right now and hopefully it goes longer, if you really
Well,
like the
we
person.
both knew that, we wanted to date for marriage. I remember I had actually just done this speech in my communications class about dating to get married. Like, so, and because of our spiritual affiliations and just like our belief systems, like that was a priority for both of us, even at
Right.
a young age, was to, to be together long term.
Oh,
that, I
understood.
think helped,
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
So when was that moment where you guys or guys and gals decided this is it? This is what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
So I think that came. So it was kind of precipitated because after we had been dating for most of the school year,
Right.
I don't even remember how it worked out, but Emily actually stayed with my mom and I.
Yeah.
And we had separate rooms, but we had a whole summer together, and that kind of sealed the deal.
Yeah, we really get to know each other really well.
Right. Okay. And you were over your mother's house, Joel?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was kind of surprising. I'm still surprised that happened.
She must have liked me.
So from your perspective, Emily, how did that go with his mother?
I really liked it. I really enjoyed just getting I really loved him, and I really wanted to be a part of his family, and because we knew going into it that we were long-term minded, and so it was really cool, and just like that was such a fun summer, just being together a lot and
Right.
really getting to know each other. And yeah, I agree. I think that was really affirming for me too, that this is something we can do and we want to do. And
Right.
yeah, because I think everyone's got their own process, but at some point you have to kind of, what is this, what are we,
Right.
and what are our intentions, and
Right.
it was really affirming for us.
And at what time in your life was that? A couple of years in, or?
That was about, so that summer was our first summer together.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And we were together that summer. So yeah, pretty quick.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty quick. Yeah, because
Yeah.
now most couples don't really meet each other's parents for a long time, so that's a good
They
thing.
don't. Yeah, we actually met each other's parents pretty quickly. I went for a visit over Halloween, I remember, when we
Yeah,
first
sounds
started
right.
dating.
No, it was
It was
pretty
very
early.
quick. Oh, our dog is not
That's
leaving
cool.
us alone. Okay.
Just put him on your lap. It's fine. It doesn't bother me one bit.
Well, he
I've
keeps
got
licking us.
3
That's
dogs.
annoying,
They
but
if
we'll
they
give
weren't
it
locked
another
out, if my 3 dogs weren't locked out, they'd be in here in my face right now.
I get it. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So, we're gonna talk about more of the roles of your marriage. Money, a little bit of money,
Yeah.
but more teamwork. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you. So most marriages have their system. You got your system. Who thinks or who does run the house, but who thinks they run the house?
You gonna answer that?
I think it's like in a pure democracy where you have like the leader has veto power, but doesn't
Right.
make a lot of the
I
like
agree.
raw decisions.
Understood.
Good
Yes.
way to say it. Yeah.
So I can veto, but I always listen to what Emily has to say.
Right.
And usually, like I try obsessively to talk things out and almost to the point where she's like, just make a call. I
Right.
wanna do, you know,
Yeah, you can be a little indecisive.
I can be indecisive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like if we work together, we come to the best solution.
And,
Right.
and that took some time for us to develop, again, our faith traditions encourage the men to be the leaders, and
Understood.
I have a strong gift of like leadership. And so for a long time I probably made a lot of our decisions, right? Would you agree? Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
You drove it home.
I did. But I kind of got like really aware of that. And I was like, oh, well, he's not going to feel empowered to make any decisions if I'm always, like either not letting him make the final
Right.
call, or
Correct.
if he makes the final call and then I'm like, see, if we would have done it my way,
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I realized like I can't do that. I need to grow up. And that was a lot of my growth. And then I could trust him to lead more, and he grew more confident in leadership.
Right.
That part was helpful to have the counseling degree, I will say.
Yeah. Because two people who are, like you said, two people who are trying to make decisions, it
Yeah.
is very good to have one that will go make that decision.
Right.
And I found myself in that situation too, where I'm thinking. My wife's like, "Look, this is what it is," and
Right.
that sometimes you need
It's
that,
go
Joel.
time. We gotta decide.
Sometimes you need that, Joel, because I was the same way. I'm both stubborn and pigheaded, but I mean, I do let her make decisions, and I make decisions, and we come together. That's a good thing. I
We do,
think.
and we also do a lot of like domain theory. So like, different things are a little like weighted higher for me to make the decision
Right.
around, because it's like my domain, like the kitchen, I'm like,
Right.
Jill, this is what I want for the kitchen. Like, and yes, that's very domestic and
Yes.
traditional gender role, but like I think every couple can kind of make their own structure. The important thing is like agreeing on it instead of just like, oh, we don't really talk about it. Well, talk
Right.
about it. It's good to talk about,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because he's gonna have to deal with the same thing you're dealing with, even though you're making that decision, and vice versa. So yeah,
Right, exactly.
good.
It affects each other. Yeah.
it does exactly.
100%.
So so when you guys are making monetary decisions,
Mm.
is about the same thing, or is that a little different? Like monetary, like we're gonna go buy this new refrigerator, things like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of the same thing. I'm very conservative with purchasing.
Yeah. You are.
And so there's
He's a little cheap.
Yeah.
Can I
So
just say it?
he's more of a saver.
I'm
Yes.
conservative saver.
100%.
So he must be spending.
Oh, 100%. And irresponsibly so, right? Like, so, I mean, he had a legitimate reason, like early in our marriage, to pull way back.
Right.
And so, I didn't help him with the middle ground there at all. Like
Right.
I made it very difficult. So that was a lot of growing pains. I think that one I'd say has been our biggest. Would you? Money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
money is definitely the biggest thing that we've struggled
Yeah.
to like get on the same page with.
Right.
We're a lot better now. One thing that helps me now though is I'm more of a minimalist. I don't like to accumulate a lot of possessions. So
Right. Yeah.
that is like, he taught me how to think along those lines because that matters to me. So he was smart and he's like, speaking my language, right? So he's like, I mean, that's another thing in your closet, right?
Yeah.
It's like, that's true. It is another thing. And
Yeah. We
that was helpful.
we've adopted a system. If you buy a new one, you got to get rid of two. And
Yes.
and
I totally
and
get that.
she does not like that, but that's what
Oh, yeah.
a lot of people don't understand that you will accumulate things,
Yeah.
and things are just that. When
It's true.
you go, all your family's gonna do is pack them up to Goodwill and get rid of them.
Yeah.
And for the most part,
What are
you
you gonna
can't
say?
sell most of that stuff anyway. So
Yeah.
Yep.
He had a thought. You gonna say it?
That was more in the moment, but
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Emily's very good at getting rid of things and
Right.
very good at buying new things.
Yeah.
And I'm very good at holding on to things and not buying things.
Right.
So we're working on like, okay, share some of that, like, don't buy unless you really want it.
right.
And then, yeah, might need to clean out a little.
Yeah,
Right.
I have had kind of like a return mentality.
Buy,
If
buy
I
it
don't
and
like
you'll.
it, I'll just return it.
Yeah,
Or so then he's shopping
that's
again.
gotten us in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a space limitation thing as far as you guys having it,
No,
or is you just trying
no,
to get rid of those material things as much as you
I
used to?
don't like clutter. Yeah, I don't like
Understood.
clutter. If I don't wear it, I don't like. I worked. I had all these professional clothes, and I am in the process now of wanting to get rid of a bunch of them because I'm never going to wear them again.
Right.
Right? I just don't like stuff that I quit my career, so I'm in a transition from
Oh, okay.
a career to now. I'm a performer, and I'm kind of just figuring out music career stuff, right? So it's very
Okay.
different wardrobe than my previous profession. So
Okay.
yeah, it's just practical.
Good. And I was going to ask you guys because of that last statement. What do you do? What do you two do? Like, what do you do, Joel? And same thing. What do you do, Emily?
Yeah.
What's your
So I'm a
professions now?
software engineer.
Okay.
I've been doing that for the last since I got out of college in 2007. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
15 years.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to be a therapist. I actually did couples therapy primarily. And individual mental health therapy as well, focusing on men and then in couples.
Okay.
And specifically, I worked with neurodiverse couples, so ADHD, autism
Right.
stuff, and like people that, one partner may be identified as neurotypical and the other did not. So that was kind of a specialty that I had.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to
Right.
fit those two people together is something I can imagine is something else.
It was really, really neat skills to learn. And I've kind of had like a bilingual ability where I'm able to speak both like that technical language, but also more of like the right brain, like creative language.
Right.
And I think because of our background too, he's more of a engineer type and I'm a therapist, right? So,
Right.
but I actually, about a year ago, I transitioned out of the field. I've really enjoyed my time as a therapist. I'm really blessed to have been able to work in that capacity with
Yep.
people. But it was time for me to pursue, my love of music and creativity. So now I'm just a lot more like, free to just access those parts of
Good.
myself. It was really hard to balance, that creative part and then being a therapist. It was just
Yeah.
too much to balance, and then we were raising kids, so I didn't
Yeah,
have
that's
time
too
for
many,
two
way too
careers.
many things. Yeah,
Too
exactly.
many things. But
Yeah.
I miss it. I do miss it. So I might go back into like coaching of some kind, but not doing therapy.
Right. Yeah, we'd love to have you on the channel for some later
I love
projects and
it.
things like that. That'd be
That
great.
would be
Heck
great.
yeah. So,
I would love that.
excuse me. So when bills come, do you guys have like, and this is just for the channel.
Yeah.
Do you guys have separate bank accounts or together bank accounts, or do you have what we call mad money? When you're mad at her, you have a little money on the side. I have a bank
That's
account
funny.
on
I
this
like
side.
that.
It's called Mad Money, and when I'm mad at
Oh
my
my
wife, I go
God.
buy what I want. But some people don't have that. Some people have joint accounts all the way through. What do you guys have?
so we started out with joint accounts. We
Yeah.
Right.
got married young enough, and
Yeah.
we were given a lot of guidance on have shared accounts,
Right.
share money, and it generally has worked.
Yeah.
Right.
There were pain points, but I
Yeah.
think one of the important things in life is allowing yourself to have a pain point early enough that you learn your
Yeah.
lessons before
Absolutely.
it hurts too bad.
Right. Before it really stings. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, when we used to fight over money, we really just honestly were really broke anyway. So like we were like, eating the tuna melts and like it was tough for a few years.
Yes.
And I think when I had a lot of my own insecurity for a while because I was staying home with the kids when they were little. I did stay home with them. I was the primary care parent, right?
Right.
And he was the breadwinner.
Yep.
And we've always tried to kind of like adapt the traditional gender roles to like work with our family because I have valued, for families that can make it work. But yeah, we had no money. And
Right.
so when I started working, and earning, part of me, I got really possessive of that. And I was like, well, come on, I can buy this because I'm making money now and this
Right.
is my money. And he's like, yeah, actually, no, it's our money. And that took me some time because I was so proud of myself and my contribution, and I felt like that needed to be acknowledged.
And you deserved it.
But that was so. What was that?
And you deserved it. You
And I
felt you
deserved
deserved it.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
And so, I think that was really where I needed to practice, like submission and in my own like way of understanding that, and just like, okay, like, so what we did kind of follow a cash based system.
Right.
So I remember coming to Joel when we were little kids. Our kids were probably 5 and 3 or something. And
That's right.
yeah, and I came to Joel and I was like, I need to feel some like responsibility with money, because the only thing I was spending money on was fun things, because he would kind of manage the bills and stuff.
Right.
Probably a good thing because I was irresponsible. But like, I realized I was like, I need to grow up and I need to teach myself responsibility. And so I went grocery shopping every week with a friend of mine, and I had a cash based system. So my
Right.
job was to buy our household stuff, and what was left I could keep and use as mad money, if you will,
Right.
right? Blue money. And that really helped. It helped me grow up, and I felt useful because I was paying for something that mattered,
Right.
as opposed to just like being a child, and buying what I
Right.
wanted.
Getting the priorities done and then moving
Yeah.
on to, like I said, the mad money. And I developed that a long time ago. I heard it from some comedian a long time ago, and I can't remember who it was.
Like it.
And he was like, he put a little money every time he got like an overtime check, say. And they did, if they didn't need it,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
when
Yep.
we were getting together, we were broke as well. But if they didn't need it, they would put that money. He would put his money in his account. She would put her money in her account, and they would
Yeah.
only spend that money on what they wanted. They wouldn't spend it on the kids' Christmas
Exactly.
budget. It would just
Right.
be
Exactly. It's
you.
yours.
Right. So
Because
that
that
gives you
contributes to autonomy as well. It's really important. And, now things, we're just a lot more comfortable with each other and our decisions and stuff. And I've grown
Right.
up and he's learned to spend a little more. So, we balance out. But it took a while.
And that's what staying together does, because a lot of people don't ever get to that point to where they can get through those. And they're working with 5 years, and they're thinking, honestly, it hurts, but they're thinking they're doing so good because they're able to tolerate themselves for 5 years. And
Yeah.
my wife and I, we've been together for 23, and that is a challenge.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's an everyday challenge. And
Yeah.
you
That's
just
awesome.
you have to make every day is its own.
Yeah.
Every day's
Yeah.
changes. Things change every day, and you have to deal with it. So,
Absolutely.
but thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into family. How many kids do you two have?
We have 2.
Okay.
Our daughter is 15 right now, and our son is 13.
Okay. What's it like raising teenagers right now? In
You
in
take one first. I've got
Yeah.
my own answer.
in 2025, what's it like raising teenagers? Knowing what the economy's like and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there's something to enjoy about every stage
Yeah.
of life.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like, you have to remind yourself that, there really is. And so there are just different things. And
Right.
as they get to teenagers, they're pulling away from you. And sometimes they are just not as nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. They say things for sure. Yeah.
And sometimes you just don't see them.
Yeah.
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 And
That's true.
That's the thing that we're
Have
noticing.
you seen
more
our
of,
son
so-
today?
so-
Oh yeah, he's in his room.
So, but yeah, I don't know what it's like with other people, but
Right.
definitely different challenges and ones that
Yeah.
I felt like when you have younger kids, they point you towards, oh, do this and
Yeah.
do that, and it'll help
Right.
you. And then when you get to teenagers, like,
Everyone's
I
like,
don't
yeah, your
know.
guess is as good as
read
mine.
15 books, maybe you'll get 15 answers.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. You,
And
Emily?
I think, yeah, I have my experience is just unique as a blind parent. There's a lot of that in there too. So it's been, I think, extremely hard. I was talking to someone today about, me not being able to drive when I was 16. I never really thought of the fact that
Yeah.
I'm living that again now, because I'm not able to teach my daughter how to drive, or my son.
Right,
So I have to go through what was not an easy milestone for myself. I have to go through that again as a parent. And that's something that is very under acknowledged in like the blind community, I think,
Right.
and
Yeah.
certainly within sighted communities, like people just don't get it. So that's been hard. And so just trying to, but we've always been really good at putting each other first. And I know this is really controversial, but for us and the
I'm laughing. Go.
yeah, you know what I'm gonna
I know
say.
exactly what you mean. Go ahead.
Yeah. The therapy modality that I used to practice, which was the psychobiological approach to couples therapy, they talk about it too, where like you got to put your relationship first
Absolutely.
because we're in each other's care, right? We need to take
Right.
care of each other. And that really has given us a lot of permission. And because I've seen what happens when couples put their kids first, frankly, it's
Absolutely.
not good for the marriage. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, I think we've done pretty good at that. Not to say that it isn't easy or hard sometimes, but yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
We
Yeah.
love our kids, but we and a lot of couples don't understand that you're
Yeah.
with that person that you married for life. Your
Yeah,
kids will get
exactly.
up. Your kids will get up and
That's
they will
right.
move to their families.
Right.
They will have their
Exactly.
relationships, and then you
Right.
expect them to be with their relationships with their partners for
Right.
life.
And even to take that step further, we don't want our kids to be dependent on us for the
Exactly.
same thing in the same way. So we got to be able to let them go. And I have seen a lot of parents kind of hold on for their own needs. It's like,
Right.
that's not
And
healthy.
that does no good for you or for the child.
Or them. Right.
Or them,
Exactly.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it is very controversial.
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah.
When the kids are out and about and doing their thing, that is the one person that is here I can rely on.
Yeah.
If anything happens, I know I can go to. And you can't
That's
always with
right.
your kids. Sometimes your kids are doing their own thing. They have their own life, and
Yeah.
as they get older, you
Exactly.
understand that more because I have a 30-year-old, a 27-year-old, and a 21-year-old. So
Wow. That's awesome.
they're gone.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm stuck, proverbially stuck with this lady right here. So we got to figure things out,
Yeah.
So enjoying each other's company is the first thing you have to learn how to do without the kids.
Absolutely. We do that pretty good. So being a musician, he's really like in it with me,
Right.
and so we play together. He's learning drums and, we'll play open mics together, and then I'll do
Okay.
my performing and he's there with me. So it's been
Awesome.
nice.
Yeah, you guys will be
Good
you guys will be working. Good luck, Joel. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, on your kids, how do you guys, or gals and gals, how do you
You're
parent?
good.
Like, is it a teamwork thing, or is it I'm going to talk to mom and dad just disappears, or how does that go
Yeah.
about?
You want to take that one first and then I'll
Yeah,
add in?
I'd say it's definitely a teamwork thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost obsessively say, I'm going to talk to mom about that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I don't know what's been happening all day and what the context is for everything. So, I mean, they
Right.
ask for something. I don't know if they threw a book at her or something.
Right.
Who knows?
Right. And I think, again, I had, a lot of work to do because with some things and this is again going back to leadership, I drank a lot of the therapy Kool-Aid.
Right.
And I had my idealistic thinking way of how things work. And, by the way, don't take anything I say as professional advice, but, it's a lot of these theories are written in textbooks. They sound great, but, applying them and, I don't know. So
It's a
that was
different
tough
bird.
too.
Definitely a different
It's
bird.
like, it is. And because I did know better, but then I also had to question, I'm like, well, if this isn't working, like, can I really even keep teaching this? And so, and I think that was kind of the beginning of my, disconnect from the field too, is kind of parenting. And we really had to come back to each other and not my expertise. Right. That
Right.
really got in the way for a while. So, yeah.
And your kids, do they ever
For a little bit there.
Yeah.
have you found them pitting you against each other in certain issues, and what are those issues?
So, more than pinning us against each other, I think they try to kind of like wiggle, like just kind of like wiggle a
Just
little
a
bit here.
little, yeah.
I asked over here. I'm gonna go see what this one says.
All right, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
But then sometimes that's okay because sometimes that brings out because they know we're going to talk to each other by this point. So like they know it's not going to work. Like they don't use it manipulatively because they know it's not going to work.
Right.
But it tells us, oh, we may not be on the same page. So then I'm like, all right, let me talk to dad or, so that might happen. But I think for a little period of time, and that's normal development stuff too. Kids are going to do
Absolutely.
that.
Yes.
But when they realize it doesn't work, then they'll stop,
Right. And that's you implementing that in them when they were young that, hey, I'm going to go ask dad, I'm going to go ask mom. And
Right.
if they tell me something different, now you're done,
Right.
And
Exactly.
that's a good
It
thing.
has to, for sure.
That's a heck of a good thing. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Joe. I'm sorry.
Teenagers, I found the best thing we can do is not just say, I'm going to talk to him. We're going to talk, but
Right.
we actually need some time to step away and talk.
Yeah, we walk a lot as a
Um,
couple.
'Cause,
Yeah.
like for the bigger calls or even moderate calls, like it really helps to be able to process
Yeah.
without having like that little voice in the corner saying,
Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think they get to this age where they listen to everything that you say. Like they're probably listening to this whole interview right now.
Yeah, they are. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
If they don't have a projection mic at the end of the stairs or something, I'd be surprised.
Right?
Like we're getting all of this info.
Yep.
So have you or are you at the point or have you been at the point where you've talked to them about money? And if so, what is the first thing you want them to understand about money?
Oh. Yeah, I think we have a little bit of a delay, just so you know, it kind of broke up there.
It's okay.
Um,
I can
yeah.
repeat it.
No money, we're good.
Okay.
Go ahead, you take this one first. Have we talked to them about money?
Yeah, so I think we started pretty early with the money kind of talk.
Mhm.
We tried to let them be responsible for their fun spendings.
Can I tell on you for a second?
Sure.
My daughter was very, very concerned about money because she heard his, expressing that. So she grew up, I think, frugal from the beginning because
Right.
she just she saw that valued by him. So
Right.
for better for worse, that. But we've almost kind of had to like. It's okay to like spend money on yourself. You're okay.
Right, yeah,
Like, we've
no.
had to kind of undo some of that, But
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh,
go ahead. I just had to say that because
It wasn't a problem with our son though.
No, he didn't get that. No, he's too much like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll last in the long run. It'll come back sooner or later. That one thing
Yeah.
that she wants to buy, she'll think about dad, and then when she
Yes.
really wants it, she'll think about mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
No,
wants
for
to,
sure.
then she'll be able to buy those things that she wants.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the lessons from that is it's okay to buy sometimes, but
Time.
no, go ahead.
Yeah.
What is your lesson from that to the kids? What's the first
Yeah.
thing you wanted them to know? Is that it's okay? Is that what you're saying?
The first thing I wanted them to know is that it's a purchase that's going to stick with you, and you shouldn't buy it unless you're going to want it tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah.
Right.
And how
because-
many hours did you have to work to pay for this?
Yeah, that was
There,
something I
that's a
learned.
good one. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was growing up making like $4 or $5 an hour, and spending $20 on something was a
Mhm.
pretty big deal.
Right. $4.25 an
That
hour
one
was a
stuck
thing.
with me. I mean, he taught me that lesson, right? Because I've been thinking about that a lot, and how many hours did I work to be able to afford this, and is this worth it?
Right. Yeah.
and this sweater totally was. It's super soft, by the way.
Yeah, she wears it all the time.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that, one thing I taught my kids is that just because it's expensive
Yeah.
doesn't mean you should buy it. But also
Right.
just because it's expensive doesn't mean you
Doesn't
shouldn't
mean
buy
you
it.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
Expensive stuff sometimes lasts longer than the things
Exactly.
you buy for $5 and $10 off of Temu when you can get something for $30
That's right.
directly from
Yeah, we had the
JLB,
same conversation.
Bean or something like that. Yeah,
100%.
it'll last
Yep.
longer, and that's where a lot of the
Yeah.
spending comes in. Sometimes it is okay to spend, but you can be
Yeah.
frugal with your money. Don't buy it because
Exactly.
it's in style necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy it because you like it, and buy it because it'll last you. And
Right.
I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure Joel has some I don't know if he does, but I'm pretty sure he has a couple of shirts and outfits he's had for like 10, 12 years still in that closet.
Like his whole wardrobe.
Because I do too.
Continuously.
Yeah. I keep the only thing I rotate frequently are my shoes.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of things are I still have in that closet too, so that ain't lasting me, you know.
I don't have anything from 12 years ago.
That might be true. Unless it was by accident.
Wait, I think I do. That was by accident. No, I do have the wedding dress, but I have a skirt too. It's silk, so I didn't throw it away.
Yeah. Just keeping the good stuff. I mean, like sometimes you have to spend that money. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've got T-shirts from high school.
Yeah. No,
You do.
I feel you, sir. I feel. I got T-shirts from high school that at one time I couldn't fit and kept because I'm like, I'm gonna fit back in my T-shirt from high school.
Yeah.
And I got back to that point, so that's good. That's a good thing.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, anything else to add on kids and money and teaching them money and things like that?
I think it's important to like walk through the process with your kids, like treat them like actual human beings.
Yep.
Right.
It's like the same approach we had with talking to them, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're little.
Yeah. We pretty much like, we would use different, TV shows that they would kind of grow up at an age appropriate level to kind of like teach them things about life on all different topics. And so I would say money is a big part of that too. And, we would sit with them and watch the shows when they were too little to be nervous about asking us things, and so they would ask us things that were in their developmental purview and understanding. Mom, why are they holding hands? That she's not, with that guy. I'm like,
right, yeah.
I noticed.
You are looking.
So, just the young, right? The young mind, they're gonna see things anyway, and they're gonna, and obviously we were appropriate about it. And there were some things where like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to you more about that, in a little bit. And so that gave us, because we need to kind of like, how do we want to address this topic? What do we want to do? But I never said, I'm not going to talk to you about it. I never said, and it always came back. Once we figured out an age appropriate way to address the question that she asked or he asked, and that worked really well, because it's all about age appropriateness and, using parental judgment as to, what they're exposed to and how you deal with it. But we didn't leave them alone in those things. We were there with them and talking them through.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, they are developing, and that's what our job is. And I know I'm just repeating it for people who probably didn't get it. They're developing, and we do need to teach them. Other than normal right and wrong, we need to teach them things that we had to learn ourselves. Or, I don't know how old you two are, but they actually taught us finance in junior high and high school. We had to learn how to write a check. We had to do that.
Yeah, we had an economics class.
Right. And they don't really do that nowadays.
I didn't pay attention in that class.
No, I didn't pay much attention either. Right. But I did know how to write a check, probably about 14. So that was a good thing. Yeah. I used to have to write them for my grandma because she couldn't see. So I had to write them for her. And I learned that. But I thought it was just free money, and she explained it to me. No, there's real money hiding in the corner over there. That if I write this and it's not right, it's gonna what they call bounce, and then they're gonna come after me for my money. So
yep.
So that's good. So moving on, we're gonna talk about you two, and you guys ever get in heated conversations, and if you do, how do you handle it? And also, if anyone says sorry first, who's the first to say sorry?
Ooh, interesting. You want to go first?
Yeah, it's tough. I reverse order. I think I'm always the one to say sorry because I say it too often. But yeah, we definitely get into heated conversations, but I don't think we really ever get to yelling.
Right.
And I think that probably helps us not to be as offended by each other.
Right.
Explain the sorry thing, though. I'm curious where you're coming from.
I don't know. Sometimes I just say sorry for things that it's almost like an automatic response. It might not even count in your book.
Well, I don't know if that's what he's talking about. I think he's talking
I
about more
know.
like heated stuff. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he'll
during
say
heated
sorry for like,
conversations. Yeah,
yeah, he's talking about like he'll say sorry for like benign little things.
right.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, scratch that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
For heated things, what do you want to say about heated things though?
I think a lot of times for heated things, we need some cool off
Yeah.
time,
Right.
and then we
Right.
need processing time.
Yeah.
And for us, walking is another processing time, so it's a good
Okay.
time for us to like talk it out, unpackage it, put it back together. Doesn't always resolve quickly, but you know, if it's a big thing, it's going to keep popping up. And Emily definitely
Mm.
like strives to close things.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
So we typically don't let something sit overnight.
Right.
That's one of the bigger things.
But I used to be obnoxious about that because I'd be like, hey, it's 10 o'clock and we haven't resolved this yet. And
Yeah.
like for a long time, we would get into big conversations and we used to be, I don't think we ever really yelled a lot at each other. Maybe not a lot, maybe initially, like in the first couple of years. But I mean, we didn't want that for our marriage either. Like,
Right.
but our thing, like we would get really frustrated with each other. But I had to realize that like he told me, he's like, it's too late. Like I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During a reasonable portion of our early marriage, we have more downtime.
Yeah.
And so she'd be like wanting to have conversations at, 11:45, walking, and I have to get up, like 5:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
So like I was extremely underslept during a lot of our early relationship.
Yeah, and not for a good reason. And I'm an extrovert, so like I talk a lot, right? And so yeah, that was a big growth area then, because we don't want the opposite either, where I think a lot of avoidance can happen, right? Where it's like,
Right.
okay, we know we need to talk about it, but it's uncomfortable, so we're going to put it off. So we really try to, I think we did pretty good at like agreeing on a time to talk about something. And then we do talk. I mean, we don't really get into a lot of heated things anymore. Money was our big thing.
Yeah, I think learning to kind of reschedule
Yeah,
was
Right.
one of our biggest things.
I
Like,
agree. Yeah.
I
That was a
can't
hard
talk about
one.
this right now.
Right.
And, it's fine to not be able to talk about it right now.
Right.
But to say that, I just don't want to talk about it isn't. So we finally
Yeah.
put that in our tool belt that, okay, when are we going to talk about
Right.
it? Okay,
Right.
well, tonight's actually pretty crazy. So maybe we should talk about it tomorrow.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that that was also too, though. I'm not going to act mad at you for the next, like, we're
Right.
not playing the game. Like so then you had asked a question about who apologizes.
Right.
I feel like I usually do for when it's things we really don't like, real conflict.
Maybe it's always your fault.
Maybe, maybe it is. He said, maybe it's always your fault.
I heard it.
That was funny.
Yeah.
What
can
would
see
you
the
think
smile.
though? I'm not sure. I haven't given this a lot of thought. Who apologizes?
No, that's okay. This is exact. That's why. And honestly, to be honest, I did give Joel and Emily the questions up front, so they
I
can
didn't
look
look
over
at
them. But I did throw a couple little, side questions in
good.
there too. To
Gotta keep
That's-
it fun.
yeah, because Emily was a little disappointed that you weren't
I
gonna
was.
get.
I was like, this is boring.
They weren't gonna get them, thrown off the head, and thought it was kind of boring. But yeah, no, I throw stuff in there all the time. Always
This is
have.
boring. This is fun.
Yeah, it's got to
Did
be
you
fun.
did you have a thought though? I'm curious because I'm curious about your thoughts.
Thoughts often come to me and then go away.
Oh, did we lose it?
It might have.
Okay.
If you think
Well, I
about
guess
it, Joel,
for the
later
record-
you remember it. Bring it up. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
part of the interview we're in.
But I think this is also my training, because I really try to, like, my motto has always been, like, personally as well as professionally, has always been like, I want to be responsible for my percentage. Like, I'm
Right.
going to take 100% of the responsibility for even if there's just one thing I did,
Right,
right? Like I
right.
want to take that. And so, um, I call it leading with repair, where or leading with regret, where I'll say like, okay, I'm really sorry for my tone. If I can tell that we're getting frustrated with each other, like
Yeah.
I'll try to lead with that. And then he usually responds with, okay, either he accepts that or he'll be like, okay, then I'm sorry I did this. And
Right.
that's been helpful, I think. I don't know if you agree.
No, it definitely is helpful. I feel like if I see that not happening, it's usually external to us, and it's kind of painful.
Right.
Yeah, because like Joel he will say sorry for just basic needs. Like, oh, I'm
Basic
sorry.
things.
Sorry, I'm in the bathroom. Like, no, dude, don't apologize.
Yeah, I've been in the bathroom for
Like,
2 hours. I'm sorry.
sorry. But like, yeah, no, but it's like with our conflict, I mean, we've gotten to the point where I don't know if you'd use the word fun, but I don't know, like we're pretty good at the whole conflict thing. Like we're pretty
I wouldn't use
healthy
the word
about it.
fun.
No.
It's, I feel like we manage it well.
Yeah, it's productive. Would you go with productive or no?
Sure.
I'm curious what your real word is.
I don't know. I'm not sure what the real word is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's hard to come by when you're thinking about other things too, Joe.
Yeah.
So so a lot of the times when we were getting in the heated conversations, the kids were the biggest reason we didn't raise our voices, because
Yeah.
we had seen that you see it on TV shows and stuff a lot, that
True.
it does affect the kids, and a lot of parents don't understand it really does affect your children, because that's how they respond to their spouses and
Right.
boyfriends and girlfriends later down the line, the same way you
100%.
do. So if you don't
Yeah.
nip it in the bud when they're little and teach them that it's
Yep.
okay to be mad.
Tune in tomorrow for part 2, where we discuss the deep dive into long-term love. You don't want to miss this.